Hey guys, it's Sandeep from RevAtlas, and you're actually watching the first video in a new vlog series called Behind the A Pillar. So let me start off by saying what Behind the A Pillar means and how that name came about. So for those of you who know a thing or two about automobiles may know what an A pillar is. An A pillar is essentially the frame on a car's body that helps to hold the windshield upright. So you also have the B pillar and the C pillar. So this will be a series of videos or vlogs that I'll be shooting on a regular basis, perhaps not every day, but as often as possible, and I'll be voicing out my different opinions on whatever it may be. It may be related to technology, it may be related to something in general, such as movies, food, etc. But I'll be voicing out my opinions, and it'll be more of an unplugged style as opposed to most of our other videos, which are quite refined and stuff like that. So I feel that this is quite important, since there needs to be a balance of sorts on how the channel produces videos. So this would be a more unplugged and a more personal approach to making videos than the existing videos that we come about. So Behind the A Pillar is a name that I came up with, and the primary reason is that I felt that being in a city like Bangalore, you waste a lot of time on roads. So forgive me for not looking into the camera always, because I need to have my eyes on the road as well. But the primary reason for starting the vlog and naming it Behind the A Pillar is so that you can be more productive on the move. For example, I'm driving my car at least around 30 kilometers a day every day, and that means that I'm actually losing on a lot of time. In Bangalore, that would equate to at least 2 or 3 hours of commute every day, and I wanted to come up with a way where I can make use of this said time and perhaps get in touch with you guys and voice out my opinions in a more direct way as well. So that's how Behind the A Pillar was born. So in today's video, I'll be discussing two main things. First is how RevAtlas came about, and the second is actually breaking the myth, or breaking a kind of misunderstanding that many people have about a popular tech term or a popular video term on YouTube. So I'll start off by mentioning how RevAtlas came about. So RevAtlas was a project that I wanted to start on my own, for the primary reason that there is a huge difference in the kind of videos that are outputted on YouTube, especially in India, where the tech field lacks videos of proper content in terms of quality. I was previously with Phone Arena. I don't know how many of you know that, but those of you who do know me from there and who have come and started watching me over here, thank you for that, and I really do appreciate your support. For those of you who don't know, I was actually working with Phone Arena all the way from 2009 up until earlier this year when I quit, and the primary reason for that was the quality of videos. I wanted to produce videos of a certain quality, while I was not able to do that in Phone Arena because of various reasons, and there was a difference in quality between each video that was uploaded, and I didn't want that to be there. For example, if you go to a restaurant and you order food, you would expect the food to be really good each and every time that you went if you had really good food the first time. But if you go to a restaurant, say 5 times out of 10, and the food is bad, you would think once again whether you want to visit that restaurant once again, and you would actually prefer going to a restaurant where you would get more times of good food. So that essentially was the whole issue I had at Phone Arena, and RevAtlas is something that I set out to solve that issue, or solve the gap where there was a huge difference in quality, not just in terms of one channel, but in terms of tech and the YouTube videos in general. Tech, I feel, is the main industry where ironically the quality is lacking, since people in tech know how to use a camera, know all the details about a camera and smartphones, but yet they do not make use of that and produce proper quality content. So this is where I felt RevAtlas could bridge the gap and provide quality content, not just in terms of visuals, but also in terms of the content crispness, in terms of how short you can make it without losing out on the essentials that you would need in order to make an informed decision about a particular product. So the name RevAtlas comes from review and atlas. So essentially our main objective is to provide the best reviews on the planet, or at least in India, to everyone out there who is planning to buy a product or a service. So while we are starting out with tech, we are eventually planning to cover other fields as well, including automotives, etc. But tech has been my forte for a while, and I feel that I can do good justice to it. So I've started out with tech, and we will go ahead with tech as well, and we'll never let tech be sidelined, but we'll also look at other projects as well. Now coming on to the main topic of today's discussion perhaps is reviews. So everyone I know is familiar with reviews. Everyone has seen a review, everyone knows what a review is, or at least they think that they know what a review is, and at least they think that they have seen a review. This is something that the tech industry and perhaps the video industry as a whole brought upon themselves in order to do some SEO optimization, in order to get more hits, and as a result it has caused a huge misunderstanding on most people, and they don't really have a clear idea on what a review is. For example, if you go and see an unboxing where someone buys a product or gets a product for review, opens it up and shows its contents, that is not a review. If a person gets his hands on a device, say the device was announced 5 minutes earlier, and within 10 minutes he has his hands on a device and he makes a video about it, that is not a review. That can be a preview perhaps, or a hands-on, but is never a review. A review is technically any video or article that someone posts after having spent quality time with a particular device, a product, or a service. In order to do that, you must evaluate the device on almost all aspects that it would actually affect the end consumer. For example, if I am reviewing a smartphone, I'll have to review a smartphone for a period of at least a week or 2 weeks in order to make full sense of it. I'll have to actually consider how good the phone's display is, how good the call quality is, how good the battery life is, the camera, the music quality, the build quality, and so on. So essentially, you need to spend a good amount of time with the device. Now sure, the actual amount of time taken per device will vary based on the device's features and a whole lot of other factors. But at the end of it, if someone is actually posting a video about a brand new smartphone, say the Apple iPhone 8 comes out today, and he says that he has a review out already, then that's just misinforming you guys. A review is something that would take at least a good week or two in order to form a proper opinion about a particular product. And the objective of a review is always to allow the end consumer to make a better informed decision on whether or not he needs to buy the product or service. So as a result, I would urge all of you guys out there to actually think again when you're watching a video and understand whether it's a review or not. If anyone says unboxing and the unboxing is there in its title, I've had this issue over the course of my time at Phone Arena and even now at RevAtlas. So if you see a video that says unboxing, don't call it a review, call it an unboxing. It is there just to show you the contents of the box and also give you a brief introduction about a particular device or product. And then again comes first impressions, or hands-on, or first look, or preview. All these two are essentially there to give you a brief idea about a particular product, and they will let you know about the different specifications and the different aspects of the device and what they feel by just using the device for a period of 5 minutes or 10 minutes or how much ever time they have, a short amount of time they have with that particular device. So this is something that you guys should keep in mind, and a review also would be very opinionated. A person would have to tell his or her view about a particular product or service and not just reiterate the different specifications that a product has. For example, I can say that the Pixel XL that I'm using here has a 12 megapixel camera at the back. That does not necessarily mean that it's a review. That's just stating the specifications. Now, specifications are something that you can always find on the website or on websites such as GSM Arena, which is the best at specifications. I'll give them that. And that is something that's different from a review. A review should say how that 12 megapixel camera performs in low light, good light, average light, indoor light, outdoor light, different sort of situations, how it performs, and why that person, the reviewer that is, prefers it over any other product, or why he doesn't prefer it over another product. So that is the basic requirement or the basic purpose of a review. So please, guys should stop calling other videos, unboxings, first looks, first impressions, and so on, reviews. Unless it's stated that it is a review and there has been ample amount of time since the product's release, or if that person actually gets a device under embargo and he's able to review the device for a long period before the release, it doesn't really make sense if the person is calling it a review or if you're calling it review. And if that particular person is calling it a review, be it hands-on review or review within like few moments after the product's announcements, do know that it's really fake and they actually haven't reviewed it unless he or she has gotten the device under embargo ahead of time. So if you guys stop calling things reviews, and if you guys actually stop searching for reviews as soon as the product is announced, it will actually solve the whole problem of being misinformed. So a lot of people, for example, one new product is announced today, they actually go out and Google, for example, iPhone 8 review. The reason for that is because they want to find out the opinions of a person about a particular phone. But the sad part is many people are using this as a leverage in order to get more views and more subscribers on their videos. So whatever they might have at that particular point of time might not actually be a review, but in fact it might just be a hands-on or a preview or a first look or first impressions, or worse, it could just be a specification roundup. So I hope that clears the air on what exactly constitutes a review and what are the other kinds of videos. So if you want a review, go for a review which has been formulated or been composed over a long period of time, and something that has a lot of opinions on why it's the best or why it's the worst or why it's good or why it's bad. Go for that, and I promise you, you will make a really informed decision. So that was the first episode from Behind the A Pillar at here in RevAtlas. I hope you like this video, and I'll be doing more of these soon. Stay tuned, and see you again in the next one. Thanks for watching.